My boys back home. What is the deal? Like for real, like show that ass. Like, yeah, you can hardly see in this camera, but yeah, that's a lot of ass, son.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Storytime music! So guys, you saw the first clip, and that is of a TikToker. It's a brother by the name of REI 12 Figures. Check him out on TikTok. I believe he may have the same name here on YouTube, but he's not really that active. But I saw people talking about this particular brother because of the trips he's been making to overseas. So to be fair to him, he's been like, Colombia, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Costa Rica. All of these are, very favorable destinations for a lot of African-American men. Number one, because, it's close in proximity to the United States, and the women are more or less exotic. So, a lot of guys really like that. But he has a lot of, he's a ladies' man, as it appears. And to be fair to him, it's not just, what he does overseas, because even in the United States, he has, pictures and videos with many different women, and he's having a good time, doing his thing, dance and stuff like that. Bruh. And so you get a lot of people hating. I went through some of the TikTok comments. Some of the people were saying that, he's just, doing this because the girls are over there are kind of broke, and, he couldn't really do that in the state, and all kind of stuff like that. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't really believe that, because it seems like wherever the guy is going, he's doing pretty much the same thing. If he's in America, he's taking pictures and stuff like that with white girls or whatever girls, black women, all kind of women, just to see, like, he likes to spend time with the ladies, and he likes to, have a good time. Now, to be fair, if that was me, I would be a lot more discreet with it, but hey, he's an open book. He's living his life. But every time you see a black man that's trying to, go to someplace else and have their way, you're going to have people say those things. And obviously everybody don't want to show their face and what they do. But in case of him, people are going to be, hating on him, saying the same thing. And a lot of those people hating on him are going to be men, right? And not only men, but black women. And the reality is, why is that? Well, because this is something that a lot of people don't really like, and that is, and I'm not saying that he's the average brother, right? So I don't know him, I don't know his income level. But for what we know, for black men such as him, who are in America, that have either middle class, upper middle class, or higher, these brothers can go to these places and they can get women who are fairly attractive, fairly feminine, that are glad to see them. Now, I know what guys are going to say. Well, those girls, some of them may be working girls, or some of those girls just want him for your money. I get that argument, and I can definitely understand that kind of stuff can go on, in certain places and with party girls and things like that. But I would like to counter that by saying, don't women everywhere want your money? I mean, what woman that is good looking and attractive want to do with a man who is broke and unsuccessful? Women of all creeds that are somewhat decent looking want a man that can provide for her. I don't even care if she's a feminist lady. I don't care if she's really submissive or not, or maybe she's somewhere in the middle. Most women want a man that can provide for them. Okay? And that exchange is my submissiveness for your ability to lead me and take care of me. Well, then you're going to hear, well, those women are not as educated as the women in America. Okay, let me kind of counter that also. Yeah, like there are women that don't even have tuition costs. So if you think about it, like in Poland, some of their brothers marry women from Poland. What happens when you marry a woman from Poland and you bring her to the States? I can tell you what you won't ever have to face. She doesn't have any college debt because she went to college for free in her country. Some of these countries have free education. If not, the fee is not, very high. So you don't get married to a woman and then obviously, it's $300,000 in school debt. And let me just say this. I've been one of the brothers that, have kind of, looked down on certain aspects of the travel guys, posting certain things, what they do and things like that. And I get it that, some guys can be a little bit too graphic in what they display. But from what he's showing on TikTok, and I mean, some of the things are a little bit, too racy for my taste. But what I see is an adult black man having fun. You don't know what he's doing with these ladies, but they're having fun. They're romantically interested in him. I don't know how serious he is with those ladies that he's dealing with. I don't know what their agreement is, but I can understand why some people would be upset for the guys because they're not able to do it because for whatever reason they may not be able to afford him to go. They can't go out there or do those things. And for the ladies, it's just that it's a whole nother opportunity for guys to expound on in versus dealing with women from America. So let's say, for example, if you live in the United States and you make enough money where you can go to the Dominican Republic, is it possible for you to find women in the Dominican Republic that are very beautiful, that are exceptional good looking? Yes. Are Brazil? Yes. Can they also be black? Yes. And so once that starts to happen, then the women in America are starting to really see like the guys that they really didn't really want. These guys are going overseas and getting more attention. And that's what kind of happened. If you look at some of the guys, like shout out to, some of the brothers in the Black Men Travels group and, Al Grease had the Frustrated Volume 1. When you looked at Frustrated, a lot of these guys were professional blue collar guys. And what were they saying? They were saying things like, well, in America, a lot of chicks were asking for too much, or they already had kids. They already had situations and they didn't know how to treat me. And when I go to these other places, these women, they're friendly. They know how to treat me. And a lot of guys go over there and have great relationships. A lot of guys go over there and get married. I don't know about this particular brother, but what he's showing guys is, that there's opportunities in other places. It might not be the same way that I would do it, with that. And, I'm a troll myself, so I don't know how serious he is, but guys have some options. And if you're going to beat black men with the stick, like, oh, well, they only want you for your money. American women only want you for your money also. Well, they only want you for what you can do for them. American women only want you for what you can do for them also. Now, it may be true that in America, you can have more in common with somebody because of the culture. Being an American does help, like when I'm overseas and I'm friends with Americans, it helps to know that we're from the same place, that you like the same sorts of things. The system is a certain way in the United States, and that is important, especially in the black community where the same kind of comedy and the same kind of, come from the same kind of church and background. Those things are great, but we already see that there's a big problem in African-American relationships where you have a lot in common with a person, but the problem is you just can't get along. And a lot of these guys are going to places where they can get to situations where they can get along with the people. And they're being berated, and I just don't understand, because what are they supposed to do? Every black man is not going to sit back and, try to reason with the black female community on why you don't want to date them or whatever else. Some guys are going to take the other approach and go where they see fit and they see opportunities. And that is exactly what guys do even inside the United States. You see a lot of guys marrying out now, more or less than, especially in your Caribbean and African communities. A lot of these black men are doing something else, and the proof is in the pudding. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. another episode of Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the brother on TikTok, guys, at REI 12 Figures. Peace.